Shalom, brothers and sisters. This morning I really just wanted to give you all some encouragement. Let's just look again at Matthew 24 while we're sitting here on the absolute end of the year, past all the feasts, and wondering why we still haven't disappeared in the clouds. So don't lose hope, don't lose faith, don't stop looking. Matthew 24 verse 37, "But as the days of Noah were, so also will the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark." Now, before I carry on, this was the modus operandi until the very day that the event happened. And it's going to be the same when he comes again. So right up until the day that we rapture, they're going to be doing this. Now, they will not be doing this after cataclysmic chaos, earthquakes, and everything that will accompany a rapture event, missiles flying, atom bombs going off. They won't be eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, and carrying on like normal days. But they are right now. And all of those things line up, saying that any day it could happen as we faithfully wait and look and watch, the same way that Noah faithfully continued to wait on the Lord and prepare everything for what he knew was coming. And it says, "And they did not know until the flood came and took them all away. So also will the coming of the Son of Man be." They did not know until it happened. And in the same way today, we've talked about this quite a few times, the people around us seem to not know and not care. And unfortunately, prophecy says they will not know until the day that this thing goes down and it happens. They won't. They'll be continuing as per normal, and then boom, the tribulation will take them away. "Then 2 men will be in the field, one will be taken and the other left. 2 women will be grinding at the mill, one will be taken and the other left." Saying that everyone is just carrying on with their lives. They're going to work, they're coming home, they're eating, they're sleeping, drinking, giving in marriage, doing their normal daily life things, because everybody thinks life is normal. Nothing's changed, nothing's different. "Watch therefore, for you do not know what hour your Lord is coming. But know this, that if the master of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched and not allowed his house to be broken into. Therefore, you also be ready." That's a command. Be ready. "For the Son of Man is coming at an hour you do not expect." Okay, it does not say you won't know the seasons and the times, or even narrow it down to almost that day. It says you will have him coming, and it tells you, be ready and watch, faithful servants, which we're doing. We're being ready and we're trying to figure this thing out, and we're watching. But it says too, he's coming at an hour you do not expect. Now, a lot of us have thought and studied and dug into and drilled through, and a lot of watchmen and watchwomen are still trying to make it fit, that he'll come on a mudim, an appointed time. So one of the main feasts, that's when he'll come. But I've got to think to myself, especially where we're at now in this time of year, that he says he's coming, be ready, but he is coming at an hour you do not expect. We are not expecting it because maybe we're looking in the wrong places and expecting the wrong thing. He's coming at an hour you do not expect. Watch, search the scriptures, get excited, be ready, stay vigilant. Keep our excitement going and hope on our blessed hope, but at an hour you do not expect. And we're going to laugh about it when he picks us up. Not now, but definitely in the clouds. Verse 45, "Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his master made ruler over his household, to give them food in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his master, when he comes, will find so doing." All right? That food is the word of God and his encouragement and his hope. And we feed each other that. I'm going to feed you that food. that which my master has given me, I'm going to feed you hope and encouragement and his words of life and his teachings. And he's going to find me doing this. That is what I want. Assuredly I say to you, he will make him ruler over all his goods. But if that evil servant says in his heart, my master is delaying his coming, which a lot of believers are actually saying. He's delaying his coming. He's been saying he's coming since 2,000 years ago, and they really just want to be wet blankets and bring it all down and attack and mock and scoff, of which they are prophesied to be plenty at this time. And begins to beat his fellow servants, argue, fight, call names, try and tear each other apart, which we see plenty of online in groups everywhere. And to eat and drink with the drunkards, getting caught back up into the cares of this life and the evils of the world and accepting things as the norm, which are against what God has instructed us. The master of that servant will come on a day when he is not looking for him, and at an hour he is not aware of. Now here it doesn't say it does not expect. Up top it says do not, an hour you do not expect, because it is assuming here that you are listening, you're being ready, and you're watching. Here it's talking about someone who's not ready, not watching, and not interested anymore. And it says hour he is not aware of. He doesn't even know, because he's no longer looking, he's not interested, he's given up on any hope of the Lord returning. And will cut him in two and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. May he find us aware and ready and watching and seeking him. And an hour we do not expect, but we'll be close, because we'll stay faithful and we'll feed each other the truth and the word of God, and we'll keep pushing on and running our race together. And very, very soon, I fully believe we are going to see our King. I think it would be hilarious if we all raptured on Halloween, just to put it in the devil's face. Honestly, a lot of you might not like that, but I think it would be hilarious. That would really just rain on his parade. I think it would be hilarious to come on a number of days from now till the end of 2022. But the sooner, Lord, the better. All of us are tired, frayed at the edges, but we continue. Our tents are breaking down daily, but we continue because we have faith and hope in him who is faithful and true and just and coming back for us. And then many people will say to me, Sholto, what about the fig tree prophecy? Is it out the window now? Now I'm going to say something to you that popped into my head when I was doing the rapture video a while back, and it stayed in my head, and I've still got it in my head. I haven't heard anybody else say this or think like this, but if we're looking at the Shemitah cycles, which we should be looking at, we're in the 11th Shemitah cycle now. There's been 10 complete cycles since Israel became a nation, since the fig tree budded. There's been 10 cycles. 10 cycles of 7, 70 years. Psalm 90 verse 10, 70 years, and if by strength 80. Days of a man's life will be 70 years, and if by strength 80. Alright? So, in my opinion, if we're reading it as cycles, we're on 70. Alright? If you add 7 to 70, you're just under 80. So 70 to 80 years, and that brings you to 2029, 2030. You got to factor in a tribulation period. We're still perfectly in the ballpark of that generation, seeing all these things come to pass, which means for pre-tribulation, we're still perfectly in the window for us to be picked up anytime soon. Do not give up hope. Do not get sad. Do not listen to people telling you, here's your proof that nothing's going to happen. As in the days of Noah, and we will be ready, and we will be watching, and we will be faithful, and we will be encouraging one another and feeding each other food in due season until we party in the sky. I know it's tough. I mean, the attacks coming now that I'm experiencing are insane. But you know what? The more he attacks, the more I laugh in his face, because my Redeemer lives. And I will see him again soon. The King of Kings is coming, and he sees each and every one of you. Run the race with me. We're almost home. God bless. Shalom.